This is CNN Breaking News.
Good evening. I'm Jessica Roberts, and we have breaking news that has just come into our newsroom. A newly discovered asteroid is heading toward Earth, and it was detected only hours ago by NASA. NASA scientists have been working around the clock to gather more information about this asteroid, which is estimated to be around 1.6 kilometers in diameter. According to initial calculations, it is expected to pass dangerously close to Earth in just 3 days. The asteroid was discovered late due to its unusual orbit and a lack of visibility from current telescopic surveys. NASA officials have admitted that the detection came much later than desired, sparking concerns about our preparedness for such events. This discovery raises serious questions about our ability to track and respond to potential threats from space. Joining us now is Dr. Emily Carter, an astrophysicist from NASA, to discuss what this means for all of us. Dr. Carter, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Dr. Carter, can you explain how this asteroid was detected so late and what the potential risks are?
Certainly. This asteroid was particularly difficult to detect due to its orbit, which kept it hidden behind the sun from our perspective for most of its path. It's only in the last few days that it became visible, and that's when our automated systems picked it up. While it's rare, these late detections do happen, and it's a reminder of the challenges we face in monitoring near-Earth objects.
What are the potential risks if this asteroid comes closer than expected?
While our current trajectory models show it passing by Earth at a close distance, there's always a margin of error. If it were to enter our atmosphere, it could cause significant damage depending on its composition and where it might land. However, I want to stress that based on current data, an impact is not expected.
Thank you, Dr. Carter. We will continue to monitor this situation closely and keep our viewers updated. Stay with CNN for the latest developments on this unfolding story. For now, let's go back to our regular programming.
I can't believe she cut the class short and gave us all this homework. How does she expect us to finish this all in one night? I know, right? It's like she hates our class in particular. I'm gonna tell everyone at lunch what happened. I guess you're right, but come on, that's just wrong.
Okay, class, settle down. Did you all see the news last night? NASA discovered a huge asteroid that's going to pass Earth in just 3 days. I think today we should learn more about asteroids and space debris. Did you know that the most significant meteor strike in recorded history occurred in 1908 in Tunguska, Siberia? An explosion equivalent to 15 megatons of TNT flattened over 2,000 square kilometers of forest. Isn't that crazy?
This message is being broadcast at the request of the North Carolina Emergency Management Agency. This is a local area emergency for the County of Hoke, North Carolina. This is not a test. In the past 12 hours, there have been multiple reports of local residents experiencing vivid visions of an apocalyptic event and subsequently disappearing. These individuals have described seeing a catastrophic asteroid impact in widespread destruction. Authorities are investigating these disappearances and the nature of these visions. In the meantime, residents are urged to take the following precautions if they experience similar visions. Seek a secure location in your home. Avoid traveling alone. Do not attempt to leave the area until more information is available. Report any such visions or unusual experiences to local law enforcement or emergency services. If you or someone you know experiences these visions, follow the instructions provided and contact local authorities immediately. Your safety is our top priority. Stay tuned to this station for more updates as the situation develops.
This is CNN Breaking News.
Good evening. I'm Jessica Roberts, continuing our special coverage on the newly discovered asteroid, now officially named Cronora. NASA has released a statement addressing the growing concerns about a potential impact. To discuss this further, we have Dr. Mark Reynolds, a senior scientist from NASA, joining us live. Dr. Reynolds, thank you for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Dr. Reynolds, there's a lot of anxiety surrounding Cronora, given its size and the fact that it was discovered so late. Can you explain why NASA believes it will miss Earth?
Certainly. Our latest trajectory models shows that Cronora, while large at nearly 1.6 kilometers in diameter, will pass by Earth at a safe distance. Our calculations, which have been verified multiple times, indicate that it will miss Earth by approximately 500,000 kilometers. To put that in perspective, that's more than the average distance between the Earth and the Moon.
So despite its late detection, you're confident that Cronora poses no threat to our planet?
Yes, absolutely. We understand the public's concern, especially with such a large objects coming so close to Earth. However, our monitoring systems and data analysis are highly reliable. While we continue to track Cronora and refine our models, there is no indication of a collision risk at this time.
There have been reports of unusual phenomena, such as visions of catastrophic events and disappearances in some local areas. Could there be any connection between these occurrences and the asteroid?
We are aware of these reports and are looking into them. However, there's currently no scientific evidence linking Cronora to these events. It's possible that the stress and fear surrounding the asteroid's approach are contributing to these experiences. We encourage anyone affected to seek help from local authorities and medical professionals.
Thank you, Dr. Reynolds. We appreciate your time and insights.
Thank you. We're committed to keeping everyone informed and safe.
We'll continue to monitor the situation closely and provide our viewers with the latest updates. And thank you to our viewers for staying with us. Stay tuned to CNN for continuing coverage on Asteroid Crenora and other breaking news. For now, we return to our regular programming.
This message is being broadcast at the request of the Georgia Department of Public Health. This is a local area emergency. In the past 24 hours, numerous cases of a mysterious illness resembling radiation sickness have been reported in Johnson County. Symptoms include nausea, vomiting, severe headaches, dizziness, and unexplained burns or rashes on the skin. Authorities are currently investigating these cases but have found no evidence of any radioactive materials or sources in the area that could be causing these symptoms. Despite the absence of detectable radiation, the following precautions are recommended to ensure public safety. Limit time spent outdoors and avoid heavily populated areas where cases have been reported. Ensure that food and water are sourced from trusted and verified suppliers. If you or anyone in your household begins to exhibit symptoms such as nausea, vomiting, severe headaches, dizziness, or skin burns, rashes, seek immediate medical attention. Health officials have noted that the onset of symptoms appears to be sudden and severe, with no clear pattern or source of exposure. Investigations are ongoing, and teams are working around the clock to identify any environmental or biological factors that may be contributing to this outbreak. In the meantime, it is crucial for residents to remain vigilant and adhere to the recommended safety measures. If you experience any of the mentioned symptoms or have any concerns, contact your healthcare provider or local emergency services immediately. Stay tuned to the station for further updates as we continue to investigate the source of this illness.
Jamie, have you seen this data? There's this weird purple haze appearing in the sky over several regions. We haven't seen anything like this before.
Yeah, I noticed that. I ran it through all our atmospheric models and nothing explains it. No solar flares, no unusual weather patterns. It's like it's coming out of nowhere.
It's not just atmospheric. The satellite imagery shows it originating from high above the stratosphere. But what could be causing it?
Your guess is as good as mine. I've alerted the atmospheric science team, but so far they're just as baffled. It doesn't seem to be linked to any known phenomena.
Attention everyone, we have an urgent update regarding asteroid Crenora. The asteroid has experienced a sudden, slight change in its trajectory. New calculations show it's now on a collision course with Earth.
What? How is that possible? We had it pegged to miss us by 500,000 kilometers!
This must be connected to the purple haze. Could it have altered Crenora's path?
We don't know yet, but it's a possibility we're investigating. Right now, our focus is on impact prediction and preparation. The latest models suggest impact in less than 24 hours.
Less than 24 hours?! We need to alert all relevant agencies immediately!
Already in motion. We need all hands on deck to manage this. Coordinate with the emergency response teams and update the public safety protocols. We don't have much time.
Understood. We'll get right on it.
Good evening. I'm John Harrison with a critical update on the developing situation regarding the asteroid known as Cronora. Moments ago, NASA has confirmed that the asteroid, which was initially predicted to pass safely by Earth, has changed its trajectory. Due to a sudden and unexpected shift, Cronora is now on a direct collision course with our planet. This new information indicates that the impact is expected within the next 24 hours. NASA scientists are working tirelessly to understand how this shift occurred and are coordinating with global agencies to prepare for the impact. The exact location of where Cronora will strike is still being determined, but the consequences of such an impact could be catastrophic. As of now, we urge all viewers to stay tuned to Fox News for continuous updates on this developing story. Emergency response protocols are being activated across the country, and we will provide you with all the necessary information needed to keep you and your loved ones safe. As we face this unprecedented event, it is crucial to remain calm and to follow any and all instructions given from authorities. We will get through this together. For now, continue to monitor this channel as well as other channels for the latest news and instructions.
This is a national emergency message. A national emergency is currently ongoing. Please halt your previous actions now and pay full attention to this broadcast. This message is being broadcast at the request of the United States government. This is not a test. Repeat, this is not a test. An asteroid, designated Cronora, previously predicted to pass by Earth, has altered its trajectory and is now on a collision course with our planet. Impact is expected within the next 24 hours, with the most likely impact zone being near the coast of South Carolina. The exact time of impact is currently being refined, but preparations must begin immediately. If you are within a 200-mile radius of the predicted impact zone near the coast of South Carolina, evacuate immediately. Follow instructions from local authorities and head to designated evacuation centers. Those unable to evacuate should seek shelter in the most secure part of their homes or designated community shelters. Gather essential supplies, including water, non-perishable food, medications, and first aid kits. Stay indoors and avoid windows. Secure any loose objects outside that could become projectiles. Keep your radios and televisions tuned to official channels for continuous updates and instructions. Be prepared to brace for impact when the time arrives. There have been reports of a mysterious illness resembling radiation sickness. Symptoms include nausea, vomiting, severe headaches, dizziness, and unexplained burns or rashes on the skin. If you or anyone in your household experiences these symptoms, seek immediate medical attention. Healthcare facilities are being equipped to handle these cases, but you should stay calm and follow medical advice. It is essential to remain calm. Panic can lead to accidents and hamper emergency response efforts. Trust that authorities are doing everything possible to manage the situation and ensure public safety. National Guard units and emergency services are being deployed to assist with evacuations and provide support where needed. If you are in the projected path of the asteroid, prioritize your safety and that of your loved ones by following these guidelines. Repeat, this is not a test. This is a national emergency declared by the United States government, with information given by the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. Follow the guidelines provided and stay safe.
Good evening. I'm Emma Collins with breaking news regarding the asteroid Cronora. The United States has issued a nationwide emergency alert message after NASA confirmed that the asteroid, originally expected to pass safely by Earth, has altered its course and is now predicted to impact the planet. According to NASA, the impact is expected to occur within the next 24 hours, with the most likely impact zone being near the coast of South Carolina. Authorities in the United States are urging residents in and around the projected impact area to evacuate immediately and follow all emergency protocols. Here in the United Kingdom, the government and scientific community are closely monitoring the situation. While the direct impact is expected to be on the other side of the Atlantic, the global implications of such an event are significant. The Prime Minister has convened an emergency meeting with senior officials to assess any potential risks to the UK and to coordinate with international partners. British citizens are advised to stay informed through official channels and to follow any guidance provided by the government. In a statement, the Prime Minister emphasised the importance of remaining calm and assured the public that all necessary measures are being taken to address the situation. The UK is ready to provide any assistance to our allies in the United States as they prepare for this unprecedented event. We will continue to bring you the latest updates on this developing story. Stay tuned to BBC News for comprehensive coverage and expert analysis as more information becomes available. We urge everyone to be prepared.
Brace for impact. Brace for impact. Attention all residents of the United States. The asteroid Cranora is now imminent. Impact is expected within the next few minutes near the coast of South Carolina. It is critical that everyone, regardless of location, follows these instructions immediately. If you are within a 200-mile radius of the projected impact area, evacuate immediately. Follow all instructions from local authorities and proceed to the nearest designated evacuation center. Those unable to evacuate should take shelter in the most secure part of their homes or designated community shelters. Basements or interior rooms on the lowest floor are preferable. Stay indoors and away from windows. Secure any loose objects outside that could become projectiles. Prepare for potential secondary effects such as shock waves and aftershocks, which may cause structural damage and power outages. Make sure you have gathered adequate supplies and keep a battery-powered or hand crank radio on you at all times. The National Guard and emergency services are fully deployed and ready to assist with evacuations and provide support where needed. If you are in the projected path of the asteroid, prioritize your safety and that of your loved ones by following these guidelines. This is not a test. Brace for impact. A catastrophic event will take place within the next few minutes. Brace for impact.
Radioactive materials warning. This message is being transmitted at the request of the United States government. Following the impact of asteroid Cranora, it has been confirmed that the asteroid contained radioactive materials. The impact has caused significant radioactive contamination in the atmosphere, spreading radioactive dust across a wide area. All residents, regardless of location, should immediately shelter in place. Stay indoors and close all windows and doors. Seal any gaps with duct tape or wet towels to prevent radioactive dust from entering your home. Turn off all ventilation systems, including heating and air conditioning units, to avoid drawing in contaminated air. If you must go outside for any reason, wear a mask and cover as much skin as possible to minimize exposure. Upon returning indoors, Remove and bag contaminated clothing and shower thoroughly to remove any radioactive particles. Avoid consuming any food or water that may have been exposed to the outside air. Use only stored, sealed food and bottled water. If you need to use tap water, ensure it has been boiled and cooled before consumption. Be aware of symptoms of radiation exposure, which include nausea, vomiting, severe headaches, dizziness, fatigue, and burns or rashes on the skin. If you or anyone in your household experiences these symptoms, seek immediate medical attention. Healthcare facilities are being equipped to handle radiation sickness cases. Remain calm. Panic can lead to accidents and hinder emergency response efforts. Follow the guidelines provided and trust that emergency services are mobilized and prepared to assist. Remaining informed and following official instructions is the best way to protect yourself and your loved ones. Further updates will be provided as new information becomes available. Stay tuned to this station for continuous coverage and instructions. This has been an official radioactive materials warning from the United States government.
Earthquake! Earthquake! This message is being broadcast at the request of the United States Geological Survey. Following the impact of asteroid Cranora near the coast of South Carolina, significant seismic activity has been detected. A 9.1 magnitude earthquake has been detected approximately 10 miles south of Danville, Virginia. This earthquake and its subsequent aftershocks could affect the entire eastern seaboard, particularly areas near the Appalachian Mountains. If you are in the affected area, be prepared for strong and destructive earthquakes. Seek shelter immediately in a safe part of your home, such as under a sturdy table or against an interior wall. Avoid windows, outside doors, and walls. Drop to the ground, take cover under a sturdy piece of furniture, and hold on until the shaking stops. If you are outside, move away from buildings, streetlights, and utility wires. If you are driving, stop safely and stay in the vehicle. Expect aftershocks. These secondary shock waves can be strong enough to cause additional damage. Stay alert and be prepared to take cover again. After the earthquake, be cautious of hazards such as broken glass, downed power lines, and structural damage. If you were advised to evacuate by authorities, continue doing so immediately. Follow designated evacuation routes and avoid damaged areas. This is not a test. Significant seismic activity is expected following the impact of asteroid Cranora.
I remember the countdown. We were all glued to our screens, watching NASA's feed, hoping against hope that something would change. But it didn't. The sky lit up like nothing I've ever seen. It was brighter than the sun, a blinding flash that seemed to last forever. The ground shook violently. It felt like the entire earth was trembling beneath our feet. Buildings swayed, some collapsing instantly. The noise was deafening. A mix of the impact itself, the crashing structures, and the screams of those around me. It was chaos, pure and simple. The air grew hot like an intense blast furnace, and the smell, it was a mix of burning materials and something metallic, almost like blood. Everything was covered in a thick layer of dust. It hung in the air, making it hard to breathe, hard to see. People were wandering the streets, dazed, injured. Some were calling out for their loved ones. Emergency services were overwhelmed too, trying to manage the countless injuries and the spreading sickness. We were instructed to stay indoors, seal our homes, but the fear and confusion made it hard to think clearly. It was a nightmare. one that we're still living through. The blast, the radiation, the earthquakes, they changed everything. We lost so much that day. The world will never be the same.
It has been confirmed that the asteroid Cronora, which impacted near the coast of South Carolina, contains significant amounts of radioactive materials. This has resulted in extensive radioactive contamination across a large portion of land surrounding the impact zone. The primary contamination zone includes South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, and extends into parts of eastern Tennessee, southern Virginia, and northern Florida. Residents within these areas are at the highest risk of exposure. All residents in these areas should immediately turn off all air conditioning and other ventilation systems to prevent contamination. If you must go outside, wear a mask and cover as much skin as possible to minimize exposure. Avoid consuming any food or water that may have been exposed to the outside air. Do not panic. Panic can lead to you being injured or killed. The National Guard and emergency services are fully deployed and ready to assist with evacuations and provide support where needed. If you are in a highly contaminated area, prioritize your safety by following these guidelines and awaiting further instructions. Stay tuned for further updates from the United States government.
The United States government has approved this message over radio due to substantial loss of power. This message is being broadcast on all available frequencies. This is not a test. Due to the catastrophic events following the impact of asteroid Cronora, there have been substantial and widespread power losses across the country. This will be our final communication until further notice. The next message you receive from the United States government will be an official all clear for the situation. Power infrastructure has been damaged to the point where the government and emergency services can no longer communicate with those still alive. Please take these final actions for your survival during this time of crisis. If you are in a safe location, continue to shelter in place. Stay indoors, close all windows and doors, and seal any gaps to prevent radioactive dust from entering your home. Turn off all ventilation systems. Ration your supplies. If you need to collect water, ensure it is boiled and cooled before consumption. Avoid any food or water that may have been exposed to the outside air. Monitor the health of yourself and those around you. Establish a network with your neighbors and local community. Share resources and information to increase your chances of survival. If you must go outside, cover your mouth and nose with a mask or cloth, and wear clothing that covers as much skin as possible. Remain calm. Panic can lead to accidents and make survival more difficult. Stay focused on your immediate needs and those of your loved ones. Know that the United States government is working tirelessly to manage this crisis and will restore communication as soon as it is safe to do so. Repeat, due to a substantial loss of power, this is our final communication until the all-clear signal is issued. Stay vigilant, stay safe, and do everything you can to protect yourselves and your loved ones. God bless this land we call home, and God bless the people of the United States of America. Good luck.
This is the United States government. All clear.